Hello and welcome to the Crew 2. Now, I have just looked online and tried to find out if there is a way of resetting progress, and there isn't a super easy way of doing it. So we're going with what progress I currently have on the game, which there's a bit. I've completed most of the street race events. Well, a few of the street race, all the drift, all the drag, all the sort of half the hypercar ones and stuff. I have got a vehicle which is fully maxed out for the drag races and not really there for the drift. But in this, I'm going to sort of try and do it as a bit of a series. I've also got quite a few vehicles, but I like getting things 100%. So what I'm going to be doing is going for, if we go onto the catalogue, at the moment I currently have 32 out of 409 vehicles. So in this I'm going to use what sort of progress I already have, but I'm going to go and try and get every vehicle. So all three of these, I don't have any at the moment. I have one. Didn't think I had any. It says I have one at the top. I was stupid, but I am going to get and try and get every single vehicle, and I'm also going to be trying to get it so, like this one, the level of it is the maxed it can be. So this is the only vehicle I currently have that is maxed. I have one which is very close to max, but if I actually go onto the performance, I am just this one part short of being out to actually get it maxed. So that might be something I'll try and do in this video, try and get that maxed. But before we do, I am going to maybe buy a new vehicle, because I do like buying new vehicles, but I actually need to get onto the right place to be able to go to the right place. I haven't played this for a while, but I have played it a bit. These are all, as on the map, all of those things are events I can play, which I think at the moment is every event in the game, because I think I have one of every vehicle. Some of them I haven't actually upgraded very much, but I do have one of every vehicle. So that's drift. So this is the drag vehicles, and as it is the one I currently do have the best vehicle, and that is my one, which is maxed out. But I'm going to try and get all these vehicles all to the max level. I can get most of them pretty close, so if I buy the cheapest one, select it, colour it green, why not, go for those rims and just buy it outright. I've got a new thing for the bumpers, but if I actually select it, I should now be able to, if I go into vehicles instead of actually selecting it here, be able to upgrade it. So go onto the performance, and because I have quite a few, I don't have parts maxed out, but I have good parts. I have sort of parts that are close enough, so I can pretty much get this car almost there, but not quite. Like I do need more parts. Like if I bought another one, I won't be able to put a 400 suspension on it, because I just don't have 400 suspensions, and like this I don't have 400 tyres. But this car is now one level really away from being maxed. I've only just bought it, but that allows me to be able to go into the street races, and the best way of getting new parts is by going into the events, changing the difficulty. So I'm gonna go do the first one, but instead of doing it in this car, which I could do, and I'm at a push, I might be able to beat it, which I'm going to try to do, because otherwise it's very hard to actually get your car maxed without having it fully upgraded. Always gives you a bit of a cinematic, which is alright, but it's always a bit annoying, and I haven't done this in a while, so I might be a bit rusty. I'm hoping to do well, beat 16.3 seconds. So you gotta rev the engine, burn out, get the tyres nice and warm, just so they're ready to actually roll. I really hope I remember all the controls here, because I really have not done this in a while. Had a very little lag spike then, which isn't ideal in the slightest, but I think I'm currently, I think I'm going to be a little bit out of getting this time, or it'll be very close. So if that's 15, 16, 16.6, or I don't know whether that was in the time. I have actually forgotten what the point is. So objective time, bit slower, but I had a little bit of lag for that first first gear change, so hopefully I'll be able to get this one a bit better, won't lag on me, and it was noticeable. I don't know whether you noticed it in the video, but I noticed it here, and for this you want everything to be that just bit perfect, and that last gear change was awful. I don't know why I did it so soon. This one's not going to be a good run in the slightest. I definitely won't be hitting the time for this one, but actually no, bit faster than my first one, but still nowhere near the objective. But this car, I've only just bought it, and I'm able to run relatively close to the objective, having not really practiced getting to the practice doing drifts. I was really hoping to start from scratch with everything, but I just do not have I couldn't find a way of doing that, sort of fully resetting everything, otherwise I would have done, and I'd have lost the progress. Like this count, or this sort of set of games, the crew races, I've been playing for a while now, having sort of just for fun and stuff, and it's slightly annoying, didn't quite beat the time, but not far off. Unfortunately, I don't think that will actually get me any points. Get me a bit of money and a bit of stuff, but I don't think it won't actually get me any loot, which is what I was really wanting. So I'm gonna retry it if I can. I'm just gonna research and change the vehicle, but yeah, I'm gonna go through all these events. I was gonna do them all on the sort of easiest difficulty and work my way up, but I will probably do that I will do all the events, but as this event is one I know I can do on the hardest difficulty to start off with, I will do it. I'm just gonna switch the vehicle here to my sort of better car, and then I should be able to do it nice and easily. But I will, for all the other events, I will record myself doing the easiest and middle and hardest event, and I will probably redo them many times, because I'm gonna have to, just to get the cars maxed and everything for all the vehicles. But with this, I will what would I say if I could talk? I will be, for some of the vehicles, I haven't actually done any of the races, so I will be working from scratch with that in all senses of the game, so you'll be able to see the full progression there through it. And for some of these I might set the car down to the basic level, just so I have the joy, as it were, of actually going through and completing it. And that time was actually a new personal best by 0.8 or 0.08 of a second, so not a lot in it, but it was the objective. So at the end of this I will get new parts, and I think you get new parts higher than the current parts you've got applied, but I currently have the best parts applied to this vehicle, so it means the new parts I get will also be the top parts, so I can easily just put them on to new vehicles and be like sort of happy and dandy with it. The ghost you see on the side is the world record run. As you can tell, I haven't yet been close to it. This car is the same car that the world record run uses, but I think they've obviously spent a lot more time playing it, and definitely have like all perfect gear changes, all perfect burns and starts and everything, and know exactly when to use the nitros and everything. And there are a few, if you don't hit things, a few of the like higher level parts, because they've ranked, so like from common to like legendary, I think that it is, with like unique and rare and stuff in the middle. Those parts then have certain, I don't know what that thing's for, but those parts have certain like extra bonuses they give you. So if you like, the yellow ones are better and the blue ones sort of, I think, are the easiest ones. So that's a new gearbox and a new I didn't see what the other one was. Oh, I don't want to be off the road, I want to be on the road. But with those new parts, I can, I'll go into just on this one. So is this new gearbox? Yeah. But these parts, as they are the highest ones, they like, obviously sort of blue's more basic than the pinks. I think there's green, which is even more basic than the blue, and then the gold. And you see these like top little things in the corner. So like this one, I'll apply it and I will look at the stats. Oh, I think I pressed the wrong button for that. Let's just quickly go back in, and if we go on to the stats, so we've got books, increases the amount of money I get, and air intake, increased slipstream distance, and then the one which I can't change is a score breaker. But if you've got on, so this one I've currently got the coins, say I had like all the same, like as you can see they're all currently different for me, but if you have all the same, then it makes you get that bonus. So for like this one, oh, it's just that, but for this one, if I actually go look at the things it gives me, pulse increases nitrous power, and then I've got a bit more from the icon points of like applied. But if I had it so all of them had that, my nitrous power would give me a boost for my nitrous power, because it's like complete a set and you get the bonus, as it were. So at the moment I think you get a bit of a bonus, but not as high a bonus. So also got street races. I think I'm going to try and figure out which my best vehicle for each one. I think this one is, which I haven't actually upgraded because I've recently got it and it's quite a high one as it is. Got my VW van, which I do like, and I would love for it to be my highest street racing one. So that's my street races. I've got quite a few because I sort of just wanted to bulk buy loads of the cheap ones to start with. So as you can tell, 10 is not very good compared to the other one, which is 200, or this one, which is 170. And I've got a few drag races, my hypercar, two hypercar races, cars, and I've got a few off-road ones, which I do like, off-road, demolition derby, and then you sort of got more bikes, and then sort of the old classic car, which I think is meant to be touring car. So is this one. F1 car, which is always fun to drive, and then I've got a few boats and a few planes, but I do love just driving around in the F1 car, because even though it isn't the fast, well, I think it can be the fastest car in the game, but I think there might be one which is better for roads, for speed, like this one. Like I'm trying to fully turn like all the way across at the moment, and it's turning. It's not bad, but it's not sort of the best car for handling for roads, but for actual braking and stuff, and then turning for like tight corners and stuff, it's one of the best or better cars there is, like, because they're all designed for the different class that they use. It's very sort of dependent on the kind of driving you do and sort of the driving you enjoy. So have to brake a bit more for that corner. So I'm going to go do a new event, one which I haven't done yet. So if I go into the pro race, as you can tell, powerboating I haven't done a lot of, like same with air racing and the Alpha GP. Haven't done any of these, but my vehicle is fast enough to be able to, or like high enough level to do these. So we're going to try and do the Pacific Coast. The world record time is 1 minute and 20 seconds. I won't be getting anywhere near that because that will be with a maxed boat, and I'm not very good when it comes to boats. It's definitely this like sort of group of activities, races, is definitely my least favourite. I just sort of the way they handle and stuff, I'm not good with, or as good with. So this vehicle, I don't think I've sort of upgraded it or got any parts for upgrading it from actually winning races, but it should be high enough to be able to get me the win here. Like the recommended level, it is above that, so hopefully here I'll be able to. But just going behind another boat, it just sends you into such choppy water. I always find I end up losing control, so I feel like I naturally want to start like going into someone sort of almost slipstream behind them, but then I end up losing control of the boat, and I'm just then like, well, that actually lost me a position when I was hoping I would be able to do it to improve a position. But at the moment we're currently winning. We've got a decent little bit of a lead on us at the moment, so if I can just hold this lead, I should be alright. I think it is getting slightly bigger, but I know I'm likely to make a mistake, crash into a rock or something at some point. Because I have tried doing more of these boat races before, but I've just never been very successful with them. So hopefully we can hold this and not mess up too much. We're 69% of the way through the race. That's always a fun number to be through. And just waves, you can end up being sent flying and can lose quite a bit of time if you hit a bad wave. And I don't know whether it's best to try and ride a longer wave or go for like more of a jump, because I know in some things, like if you jump and boost, you actually go flying a lot further. Don't know whether it's faster or not, but I know for distance it is quite a bit further. So hopefully here I think we're confidently in a lead. Yeah, with that being the finish line, I think I'm happy that we've managed to get a nice comfortable lead. We were like a good 11 seconds, so I've only actually finished 10 pro race events, and that's sort of a whole like discipline, and I've only done 10 of the races which I managed to finish. But this gives me lots of loot, and hopefully with that I'll be able to upgrade my boat a little bit more. So if I go onto the vehicle, and I have got a few parts for it, I don't quite know how I've managed to do that, but they are a bit higher, so I can increase the level of it even more and just make it that little bit better. So that's sort of a bonus. There is a motor pass event happening at the moment, which is like the hunt, so I'm going to do one of them just to end the video off if I have any of the vehicles. I don't actually have any of the vehicles, so let's go to the HQ, see if I can afford it. If not,
you know what that means?
Maybe
it's
not.
Time to train harder.
Come on,
it's
if
always
it
time to
loads in, and this vehicle is, I can afford it, so we're gonna go. Do these count? Don't know if these count or not, but I'm gonna select it. Can't change the colour, can't change the rims, so just about afford it. It's almost bankrupting me, but it means I've got a second Ford, and it's given me more of the vehicles which I'm wanting, and didn't realise I was standing so close to the booth. So now I own this vehicle, and there's quite a few others I don't yet own, but I'm slowly working on all that. So now we're going to go for the activities, and we can do these first three. So this one, these races, or I say races, are considerably different. I like the looks of a space rocket, so hopefully we can get this. For these, I think you've got to ram other cars out of the track, so hopefully, because I think basically the idea of it is this vault here is being robbed, and we're in like a movie set basically, and we've got to stop the getaway drivers, which are those two, by driving after them, chasing them, crashing into them. This is like season 2, well not season 2, episode 2 of the thing. So come on, that's 2 done. You've got to get, I think, 8, and I've done 2 with just big hits. So hopefully that's 3. It's not too bad. It's not like super difficult. You just got to sort of be able to catch up and crash into the back of them, or because I find if you crash into the side, unless you can ram them into something, they don't really die because they have that 3 health bars. But it's, unless you can like hit them into something, just sort of sideswiping them only takes 1. And if I found I was getting ahead of the vehicle before they were sort of fully being taken out like that, that's 2. So now if I ended up overtaking it, that would result in me being like it would despawn, so that hit would have done nothing. It's almost like a wasted hit almost, and just one tap, not quite fast enough, so I'm going to brake a little bit. Hopefully I can get enough speed just to tap it, knock it out. Now I've just got to take out 1 more and should be able to if I can catch up without drifting the corner too much. Might try and go for more of a barge it off the road, but that didn't quite work. I've just messed myself up and lost quite a bit of control and space, and it is about getting them in time. But at the moment I've got 2 minutes, so as long as I can hit that guy who's on 1 bar of health once, I should be okay, just in case of getting there, and that's it. And right in front of the tank I did manage to do that. So they are tanks, aren't they? Oh no, they're not tanks. I just saw the wheels and thought, ooh, that looks like a tank's wheel. Not quite. And there is some loot here, so we're just going to pick that up. And yeah, sort of new parts for a rallycross vehicle, which is always nice to have. And it looks like a cop car as well, so I can go around pretending I'm a cop. I don't know if this is it is now currently my highest rallycross vehicle, so I'm actually going to improve it a bit. And like, I have got these parts, but I can't apply them because they are too low, because they're lower than the baseline. It would only like hinder the vehicle, so the game doesn't let you do that. But I hope you guys sort of have enjoyed this video. I'm gonna sort of be playing through slowly, and I'll do all the street races, I'll do all the sort of races again. I'll make like a little list or a document in sort of my own time of videos and races that I've done on video. The races I've done and what level I've done them, like make it as a sort of a checklist, so once I've done it I can check each one off. So I'll just sort of write down street race 1 through however many there are. There's a lot of them, and as you can see towards this side of things, I haven't done a lot. Like, this is line vehicle, and I don't really know when I did it. And scary, I haven't really scrolled this far across on the things to realise my controller disconnected for a second there. Like, all of these I haven't done, I'm not really, so I don't actually know the course for them, so you'll be able to see them probably as the first time I do them. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.